I got 2008 Ford Taurus, and I'm gonna take the motor out. So I'll probably just drop the motor in the transmission. So first, I'm gonna remove my battery, remove my air box, my hose, my AC out, drain my coolant out, get my tires off and shit. Alright, so I got my battery out, got my air box out. I'm gonna go let my fluid out, then I'm gonna come up here, get my hoses and my box out, my other box out. Alright, so that should drain right there. Got my shit draining. Now I'm gonna go up here and start taking some shit loose. Get my wheels off. Alright, so I took these out. Took all these out. I might have to slip it off of this one. I'm gonna get my hoses off. A couple other heater core hoses off. The fuel line off. Alright, so I got my battery box up out of there. Then I got my heater core hoses off back here. Got my 2 radiator hoses off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this off right here and just see if I can get my fucking screwdriver. Well, you just slide this little clip out of here. Fucking bitch. Just did one of these motherfuckers. Alright, there it goes like that. Pull up on it, slip it off, pull it up. Alright, this thing, you're gonna have a thing to push in there, and a thing to push in that other little hole, and then you're gonna be able to slide that on up. So, I'll put my pick in there and I'm gonna push it in. Then or you can push it in from right here. Pop that up off out of there. And I'll get my AC lines off down here. And a couple other things, some wires and shit. I got this wire right here. You just pushing this button right here. Alright, I got that up. You see the little thing push in. I'm about to get this up. It's 2 bolts. 1, 2 down there. Pull this whole thing on up out of here. Then I got 2 13s down there to get them 2 lines off. Also gonna take it loose right here. 13, just get it out of my way. I got a line right here I'm gonna take off of here. Looks like you just push in the 2 tabs and slide her ass off of there. And then you're gonna push in right here on the back side. Oh man. God damn. I might have to use something to push it in. Get that off and get this thing all over here off. So I got that jank off. Those right here with the 2 tins. Got my 2 AC lines off down here. The one just hanging off, the other one I took it off up here too and just did all away with it. Took it all the way away. So I'm about to go underneath and start doing some things. I think I gotta take these 2 wires off. Right here. And right here also. I'm up under here, about to take my exhaust bolts down. Take my drive shaft bolts out because it's all-wheel drive. I'm gonna take my bottom transmission bolts out. Take this little cover off right here. Get to my torque converter bolts. Which that'll just pop right off. What else I gotta do down here? I got a motor mount right here. I'm gonna take that off of there. I'm gonna take my steering loose because I'm gonna be dropping the subframe. So I might go ahead and drop these two little ones. Drop these two little ones. So I ain't got no middle ones. So then I'm gonna just wait to drop them big ones. Probably a couple transmission lines to get off. And another wire or two over there. I'm gonna go ahead and get this exhaust real quick. Get that drive shaft. Get the steering, it's right here. It's like it's facing me out here. So I'll be able to just get a socket right on that thing right here. And then I'll take the pry bar and pry up on her ass. Get her ass off of there. And this shouldn't be too hard to get this thing up out of here. Alright, so I got my steering off. It's pretty easy to just slide off with a pry bar after I got my 10mm bolt out. Got my exhaust off. My drive shaft off. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my torque converter bolts. And my bottom transmission bolts. And this motor mount. Alright, so I got my bottom transmission bolts out and my torque converter bolts. Now I'm finna let this thing down, son. Alright, so I'm down here, I got my calipers off. I got my wheel sensors off. And out, so I'm gonna unhook these from the top up here. So I'll do that in a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So I'm up here, I'm gonna take the strut sleeves right here. 4 bolts. 4 bolts. I'm gonna take this power steering line off right here. Take this ground wire off right here. Unplug this plug right here. And this one right here. Then I'm gonna take this thing off of here. I'll probably just take this line off of here and just take this whole reservoir out. Which has got an 8mm holding it right here. And an 8mm holding it right there. And then I should have one other power steering line to get. And I'll just let y'all know where it is when I get it. Alright, so I got my power steering lines off and I got my reservoir up out of there. 2 power steering lines. Got my line off of there. Coolant reservoir, got my ground off right here. Got my wires back. So now I'm gonna take these 4. I took these 2. Another bolt off of there. Now I'm gonna take them 4 bolts out right there. And I'm gonna take this one big bolt right here, or maybe the 4. First take the 1 out, and if this one doesn't do anything, then I'll take the other 4 out. And then I got one line right here. You just push in the button, pull that off of there. And then one other line right here that you just had to get a thing, pull that off of there. I also got one plug right here, transmission plug, so you're gonna have to just push this in and pull that out. Unhook that bitch. Alright, so I got my motor mount out of here, 4 bolts in my big bolt. Also got my motor mount out of here. Ended up taking these other 3 out, along with them 4. I had to jack it up a little bit to get her her ass out of there. But now, I think I'm about ready to drop up out of here. There ain't no transmission lines because there ain't no transmission cooler. So I'm up here looking. And there's my 2 transmission lines. So I'm going to take them off. Then I looked over everything. Everything else is good. So once I take these 2 transmission lines off, I'll be heading to the bottom. So I looked at everything. Everything looks good. Just make sure your calibers don't get caught up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let her on down on this box. And then I'm going to take these 4 big bolts out. And I'm going to let her ass down. Let her ass up. Alright, so I have one more power steering line down here. I got all 4 of my bolts out. Let her ass up. Set my caliber up here for the moment. Alright. Go. Alright, so now I'm going to do my walk around. Make sure everything's coming out alright. Look up under here. Look up under here. Everything looks alright.